Hi folks, this is Qiuvox. In this video I will walk you through my newest Magicka Templar PvE DPS setup, and I posted a DPS parse with this build actually a couple of days ago, and I said I will do the build video itself when I have time. So a lot of you been asking for the setup itself, and I wanted to not to delay it anymore. So if you are ready, get your drink and we just jump into the build itself now. First things first, we will start off with some simple things that you need to know. It is different than what I usually do because that's just for the trials and high damage, you know. I'm not doing for my content or something like that, but yeah, I will also put the DPS parse link down below in the description so you can see how much it does. We have 64 Magicka in this attribute, in this setup, and we have the Thief Mundus stone for more weapon and spell crit chance basically, and we are using the ghastly food for more max magic and Magicka recovery. Of course there's alternates, I will come to it. Those are the stats: 62.9% spell crit, 4.4k spell damage unbuffed. If I drink a potion, 5.2k, it is still not completely unbuffed though, so just as a reference you can see it. 16.2k health, 30k max magic, 1.6k magic recovery, 15k stam, 600 stam recovery. They are not bad, they are quite alright. So you will have no problem during the trial. So as an alternate food and everything, you can use, I'm not sure if I have it, you can use max out max Magicka, and if I'm not wrong, you can use max stamina and Magicka recovery one. So for the stamina skills, because we are gonna use some stamina skills on this setup. About the sets, I will jump straight into the sets. The first set that we have is Pillar of Narn. Double bar, double daggers are precise. The front bar is the main hand. On the front bar is the poison, and the offhand is the flame. And also the jewelry, necklace and 2 rings are the Pillar of Narn as well. After the video, obviously when I hit that much, I said with the blue jewelry, I had blue jewelry in the DPS parse, so keep in mind this is sitting way more than the DPS video right now. And we have 3 bloodthirsty, all of them with spell damage. As an extra, you can run infused, but in some different circumstances, okay, you should not run radiant operation if you want to use infused, for example. So we have bloodthirsty here with the setup. I find that it is quite useful, but you can do without radiant operation at all and keep your rotation basically, and don't use Jesus beam at all. Like, you can do it, okay, and you will hit around the same damage, by the way. Pillar of Narn, it gives you some good stuff: stamina, crit chance, weapon spell damage, and when you deal damage you create a fissure. It does bleed damage to all enemies within 2.5 meters, and they also bleed for extra 10 seconds, 18k, and this will scale either with your weapon or spell damage, whichever is higher. So this is the Pillar of Narn, this is quite cool. We have the mythic harpooner, obviously 1 medium. I put the stamina glyph on it. You can use Magicka as well. It is divines, and I guess I don't need to say what it does. And we have perfected Parse. In the shoes, hands, waist, shoulder, and the chest are Parse. All of them divines, all of them Magicka, except the legs and 1 medium, okay? And also the helmet as well. This is Slime Crow with divines and maximum Magicka just to get crit chance. Parse gives you some damage, and as long as your Magicka is low, you hit more damage basically. And this is the gear that I'm running. You can use alternate stuff as well, but about the back bar, the important part in this setup is VMA Perfected Greatsword. You need to use the Berserker glyph with the infused, and it gives you 1.2k penetration. And dealing damage with crit charge causes enemies to bleed for 10,000 bleed damage over 7 seconds, and this will scale with your spell damage because you have higher than your weapon damage. But you can do it vice versa as well. All you need to do is put the weapon damage glyphs, and you can make it more hybrid, the setup, and this will scale with the weapon damage. But if you want to do it that way, and you shouldn't run bloodthirsty, basically you should run infused, okay, and you should run at least 4 medium armor. In this case you should use some Pillar of Narn in the body. I think it is medium armor if I'm not wrong, so just to make sure, where is the Pillar of Narn? Yeah, this is medium. So you need to run medium armor with that way and change some skills around as well. So you can go for medium and put the other pieces like Bassei and the Bassei Javelry in here as well. So you can do it that way too. Those are the things. I still don't like Reliquien, by the way. This is very much single target. This is just exactly for dummy itself, and I don't like it. So I just still keep Bassei because this is most of the time up. No matter what. You are always suffering Magicka, and this is always working. And Reliquien is kinda hard when you switch targets and everything. It will take time to build up the damage, the stacks of the Reliquien itself, basically. So I keep using Bassei. Those are the item sets, and if we go into the skills, on the front bar we have Radiant Oppression, Camo Hunter from the Fighter's Guild, Barba Trap to get crit damage and some bleed. As you can see, it is kinda hitting hard. Purifying Light to copy the damage itself, and this will scale with your spell damage as well. And a little bit heal too when you need it, like if you are doing 4-man content or something like that. And Puncturing Sweep, your main spammable. It will hit like a truck, like this is one of the best spammable skill in the game. And we have Dawnbreaker for more damage just for slotting, and when we need, if we use, we get 300 extra weapon and spell damage for 20 seconds. This is quite cool. So this is the dual wield bar we have. On the back bar we have Inner Light for crit. And the next one is from two-handed Stampede. We need to use the Stampede. It deals 6k physical damage, and this will always crit strike, by the way. And also this will do AoE too. This is quite cool. And this will put damage over time too for 15 seconds as an AoE. And the radius is 5 meters. The third skill from two-handed is the Carve. I'm sorry. Is the Carve. This deals 7.2k bleed damage to enemies in front of you and causing them to bleed for additional 15k over 12 seconds. Hitting the same target, basically when you hit once and when you hit twice, this will increase the duration of the skill by 10%, 10 seconds, up to 30 seconds basically. And you get a little bit survivability for 6 seconds, 6k damage shield basically. So you can just go 1, 2 carve and then 3 carve, and then you are gonna put this damage over time for 30 seconds on the enemy, so you don't need to refresh too much. And the fourth skill is the Solar Barrage. It will give you Empower and increase your light and heavy attack damage by 40% and just a little bit AoE for 10 seconds, so you can think it's like a dot. But in the game, in the Elder Scrolls Online, the best damage over time, as we all know, in any class is the Blazing Spear. And this is helpful for other people. They get magic and stamina, etc, etc. And this is an AoE, and it hits like a truck. So this is the Blazing Spear, the last skill that you need to use. As an ulti, we have Shooting Star. It hits the flame damage and stunning, blah blah. And it puts also the damage over time on the ground, and it also gives you 12 ultimate for each enemy that it hits, and that's it. So those are the skills that I'm running. I'm not a vampire or something, by the way. There is no vampirism going on, and I am high elf, so I get a little bit more weapon and spell damage for it. I think the best race for Magicka DDs is the high elf right now, so keep in mind. Or for any class, I believe. And another thing that I could say, if you do the way that I said before as an alternate, like if you want to run for medium and go with the weapon damage glyphs on your jewelry and everything, you should change Purifying Light morph to Power of the Light, and you should change Puncturing Sweep with Biting Jabs morph, basically, and keep everything else the same, literally the same. You can also remove the Radiant Oppression, but you also can keep it too, but I find it more damage if you remove it, if you go that way, but you can still use Radiant Oppression, yeah, but this will scale with the spell damage, so it is better not to use it, and put something in here like Ritual of Retribution, maybe something like that. You know, you can just go with this and keep spamming the other ones, like, and this Ritual of Retribution will also help you to get rid of your Magicka as well. And another thing, as an extra, you don't need to go 64 stamina if you do it. Keep Magicka, because you are still Magicka character. Yeah, you're just changing the morphs and playing with some stuff around just to get more damage, yeah. And obviously you need a medium armor passives too. In here you need them as well, so yeah. I'm just running one medium. I really don't want to cheese it that much. It is just okay damage, that what I do, and this is it. And about the champion points, the green I have, I mean, some of you asking what green I have and using. I'm using the liquid efficiency here, homemaker, plentiful harvest, and master gatherer. You can do any, like literally any, whatever you feel fit, and that's fine. About the red CP, we have siphonic spells. You can basically remove the siphonic spells if you feel it is useless, or you know, if you are going to trial, it is literally useless. So you can remove siphonic spells and put instead the boundless vitality and get some health from here, or you can put fortified as well and get some armor if you feel you are so squishy. Another thing is the survival instincts to get more sustain. And if you go into here, we have sustained by suffering as well. You get also recovery from here too. And another thing, we have rejuvenation just right here. You also get recovery. Even with all those recovery and ghastly food, okay, and if you didn't switch the things to stamina version, like running for medium or using stamina skills and all, if you didn't done that, even with these recovery, you may suffer on the dummy, okay? I mean, on the dummy, rejuvenation only will proc and will work, but the other ones are gonna be useless. Even other 3 is gonna be useless. The only thing that can help you on the dummy is rejuvenation. So if you run Ritual of Retribution in that setup, it will still, you know, it is not going to help you like crazy. So keep in mind. In the blue one, I find the crit damage doesn't really important right now with the setup that we have, because we are damage over time build, literally. So, you know, you don't need backstabber or fighting finesse. I did try it, by the way. I did try every combination that you can think of with this. And my damage goes down when I use crit damage. Even though I'm critting and I have high crit chance. And I have no crit damage except Barba Trap. but without using them, you know, if I don't use them, I do more damage. The benefit that you get from others is quite huge. We have Deadly Aim to increase single target attacks by 10%, obviously, and Mastered Arms, 10% damage done with the direct damage attacks, and we have a lot. Biting Aura, it increases our damage done with AoE attacks by 10%. And Thaumaturge is increasing dots by 10%. So this is the champion points that we have. One thing that I should mention you, in this setup, you can remove the Solar Barrage, okay, and put Ritual of Retribution there as well. If you want to keep the Radiant Operation, you can do it that way, but your sustain is gonna take a big hit. Literally, it is going to be quite hard for you, yeah. And if you do it that way, you have 200 at the back bar, dual wield on the front, and imagine yourself in a dummy. If there's no shard, or if there's no potion, you cannot get Magicka anywhere else by heavy attacking. No, RIP, there's no Inferno stuff that you are using. So, Ritual of Retribution, you can do more damage with that, yeah. And problem is that you can still do it in the trial, but it is not going to help you exactly on the dummy if you are using the exact same setup that we have right now here. But of course, if you switch to you know, the stamina version for medium armor, weapon damage glyphs, and that way you remove the Radiant Operation, put Ritual of Retribution to here, okay, and keep Solar Barrage, basically. All you need to do is replace the thing and change your Javelry to Infused, not the Bloodthirsty, and you play it that way. This way you can hit hard, like literally, as long as you know the rotation. Speaking about rotation, I will explain the rotation kind of, more or less, because it is a dynamic, it is dynamic rotation, and I will show you what you need to do and what things that you need to know, basically, and let's just go to someone else's home and I show you what you need to do. Starting to the dummy is always the same. You basically drop your Magicka and you just drink the potion, because you need to start to hit the dummy around when your potion have like 30-ish seconds, 30-35 seconds, and all you need to do for the start, okay, drop your meteor, switch to front, drop the Barber Trap, go back and use the 4 damage skills just once, okay. So I will just go through Meteor, Barber Trap, Stampede, Carve, Solar Barrage, and Blazing Spear, and then you switch to the front. Of course, don't forget to light attack in between. When you come into the front, you put the Purifying Light and sweep couple of times, okay, 3-4 times, and when they are about to run out, so let's do it like that. Let's say you just come to the front now, do this, 1, 2, 3, 4 skill, Purifying Light, put back, this one, and Carve, and this again, okay, 4 skills. Put this on, Trap and Purifying, 1, 2, 3, Purifying Light back, Solar Barrage, Blazing, Stampede, and then bang, the Carve, so you can see it has a 3 stacks now, okay, and the duration 25, 24, 23, you can see it. So the important thing is here that when you have the 3 stacks, when you go to the back bar, okay, Stampede has 15 seconds, Solar Barrage has 9, Blazing has 10, okay. So when you go back, basically, Stampede, Solar Barrage, Spear, this time you can do 5 sweep, depending how fast you are, okay. and then do this. You go back, put solar barrage first, spear, and then stampede. Just go front. Purifying, trap, sweep, 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 purifying, back, solar, meteor, and do this. Carve about to run out. Refresh the carve, and two-handed stampede. Go front, purifying, sweep, 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 trap, and then purifying, solar barrage, spear, and then refresh the two-handed. Go front, purifying. 1, 2, 3, 4, purifying, solar barrage, blazing. Do a couple of times. Go back. Now carve, and because there was 5 seconds cooldown on the stampede and the carve, okay, so I still have time to do purifying and confront, you know, basically sweep, sweep, sweep quite fast, and then go back just when they are about to run out. Just put the carve and stampede, and if need, solar barrage and blazing spear. And of course, when you confront, if trap and purifying runs out, you just refresh them. But it is better to see the purifying light that it actually goes explode, okay? It has 5 seconds for, if you look on top of the screen, 3, 2, 1, boom, it goes up now. So on your bar it still counts, but because of the healing, but you need to wait for the explosion. Don't refresh before. It still hits, but it doesn't hit as much, okay? So just wait and see the damage, like killer proc of course, but you get the idea. That's how it works, okay? About the trap beast, it has a couple of seconds to basically proc. So when your barber trap, you see when your barber trap is about to run out, yeah, like 2 seconds, put this now, okay? The other one gone in 2 seconds, and the new one will be procced, okay? This is how it works. You need to cast it when trap has 2 seconds left to run out, and you need to let the purifying light completely run out. And most of the time you will sweep 4 or 5 times depending how fast you are, okay? And you go back, basically have the carve on the 3 stacks the whole time, and every 2 rotations, like let's say you do the damage on the front, blah blah blah, etc. You did the solar barrage, blazing spear, stampede, or the meteor, etc. You confront. You do damage, 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 damage. You go back, solar barrage, blazing. They still have a couple of seconds. Go front, 2 more. Do this, refresh this now. You understand? Like, you don't need to exactly press the skills each time you go to the back bar. You can literally go to the front only if the skills have either 5 or more seconds before they run out. So then you can come front, purifying trap, and sweep a couple of times, okay? And then just refresh the purifying light while with the bar swap. And then you come put the dots back on your back bar. And this is how it works. On the execute phase, it is kinda exact same, literally. You can do it like keep everything up, okay? Like let's say 1, 2, 3, you have stacked, okay? You put this, you come to the front, and then 1, 2, okay? And then 3, put the purifying back, solar barrage, ulti if you have, stampede, spear, trap, and then purify again because it's run out, and then operation, operation, and now refresh this, 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 and then this, then go front, and operation, refresh that one, operation again, trap, Solar Brush, Blazing, go front because we still have time, okay? Do this and then put this again. So this is how it works. Go back, do this, Stampede, Blazing Spear. We have one more seconds to do the skill before the carves run out. Okay, we refresh these, confront, still execute, and at this point you can literally execute until nothing else. And this is it. Of course, I started to do the damage at 35% to show you in the execute, but you can basically see the other video, the DPS Parse, in the description down below. And keep in mind that the DPS Parse was with blue jewelry and I have the gold jewelry now, so definitely do it gold because it gives you 5 to 6k damage. Keep in mind as an extra. Yeah, and this is it. Like, I'm sorry I uploaded the video quite late, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and give thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below what you think about it. And if you want to see some other class DPS Parse or like you know, tank heal setup, I'm playing all classes, Magicka and stamina versions, and all classes healer and tank versions as well, main tank, off tank, kite heal, main heal, group heal, blah blah. I'm playing all those things, but I'm not doing too much videos with these. Like, I don't know why I stuck with the Magicka Templar right now, because I guess I really want to master the class nowadays, and it is quite fun to play with this as well. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. I hope you really enjoyed the video, and take care of yourself, have fun.